Hello and welcome back to another video. Right now it's really dark outside. It's that time of the year, it's just dark outside. Every day it's just dark outside. You wake up, it's dark outside. You eat breakfast, you take a shower, you go to work, you do all those things. It's dark outside. You get home, it's dark outside. You go to bed, it's dark outside. Anyway, it's good to be seen in traffic. And so I recommend you have something like, for example, these little things that you can put on your jacket. You can turn them on. Wow, 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 wow. They lit up and, hopefully the cars driving about will see you before they hit you. So they'll stop. Yes. I was thinking, because I've seen, some gimmicky videos where people have picks with LEDs in them and they light up and it looks kind of cool. But I don't necessarily think that those picks are good, like quality-wise. But I make my own picks. I've made videos with it, and you've also seen me just playing them, because I basically don't use anything else than picks that I've made. And so I was thinking, I could make an acrylic pick that fits this, so that you have something to hold on, because this feels kind of nice in the hand, And we can keep this so we can hang it in our jacket and have a pick hanging in our jacket. We can also remove it if we don't feel like having it, but then it can glow and we can play guitar and it could be fun. So let's take this apart and see what we need to add and do to turn this into a pick. I have some red acrylic lying somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find it, and I think we're going to make a red glowing Darth Vader lightsaber pick. I'm going to call this video a lightsaber pick because I feel like that's a fun name, and hopefully it will work. And we'll see if we can get some sort of like Star Wars guitar battle thing going with lightsaber picks. If you make this yourself, or if you have something like this, please tag me in a video so I can see you play a Star Wars song or something. They're pretty fun to learn to play, so I recommend you do it. And let me see you play it with a lightsaber pick. Let's jump into it. So I have these pieces of acrylic here, and I have a pick here, and that I'm just going to use as a template. You can use whatever pick you like, but I kind of like the shape and feel of these picks. So that's what I'm going to go with. So first, let's unscrew these two screws. There we go. Okay. Got that out. Okay, I don't think there's any point in fiddling about. So I'm going to put these batteries in. I'm going to put this back on. Realistically speaking, because it's such a weird shape and it's such a tight spot, and it's soft, which the acrylic will not be. I don't think there's any point in trying to make a perfect remake of this in a different shape. I think we're just going to use this as a sort of base for what we're doing. Let's see if we can just cut in this shape here. And why I want to cut this in is because I feel like if I do perfect match. So now that is this. And now the question just is, because I've cut that out and I'll glue it to the side, how much of this do I want to, because I don't want to put it like that, because that's going to be weird, but maybe something like that, maybe a little bit more, maybe a lot more, something like that maybe. This is where we have to just be creative, I think, with our shape. I'm going to start off by cutting this to the side like so, and flip it around. Actually, I think I can use the same. No, don't move. Something like that. And then let's be creative here. and create a sort of switch knife. I hope you can sort of see what I'm doing. Like that. And now we'll cut that out, and then we'll shape it into a pick. Alright, so now we just need to sand and smooth everything out to remove these, you know, sanding marks. This is 400 grit, this right here, and I'm just going to go through and sand everything, except I'm not going to sand this inside here where it's rough, because that's going to be good for binding it to the little light, you know, to have a rough area. And also the fact that it's matte in there will help disperse the light. So, but I want to sand this, and I also want to round it over, because the thing with acrylic picks are that if they're sharp, like actually sharp, to the point where you could like cut someone with them or anything, first of all you could actually hurt yourself, because it's, you know, it's plexiglass, and it's hard and sharp. If it's sharp, regular picks will be reshapen by you playing them and using them. And the same goes for acrylic picks like these, but it will take a lot longer, and if they're sharp from the get-go, then they will break the strings before the string breaks them. That's just the way it is. Trust me, I've made enough picks this way to be able to tell you that much. Okay, so now that I've sanded this up to 400 grit, I'm gonna start wet sanding it, and I'm gonna start with 600 grit and work my way up to 1200 grit. I think that's gonna be quite enough. Go through and do the same sanding again to just remove the 400 grit and all the marks that it left behind. So now that I've sanded it, even though it's nice and even and up to a high grit, it's dull and it doesn't look very nice. It probably would look better this way with the lights on, but I'm most likely not going to have the lights on all the time, and I still want it to look pretty. So I have a buffing wheel with some buffing compound, and I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna see if I can buff this. It's a little bit fiddly, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now here it is. I'm pretty pleased with it. It looks nice and all. Can you see it? There it is. Anyway, it's not important right now. What we need to do is glue it in place. So I have a little bit of epoxy glue right here. Just gonna, it's 5-minute epoxy. I'm just gonna smear it around to mix it. Then I'm gonna put a decent amount on the inside here. Gonna try not to get it to drip onto the... I want a nice even coating, but I don't want it to go everywhere, and I don't want it to go, especially don't want it to go where I don't want it, which is the front of the pick guard. What am I saying? No. Front of the pick. God damn it. Which I actually already failed at, because you have some there. But maybe we can wipe it off before it dries. So let's just stick this in here there we have it. Now I'll just have to wait and leave it to dry for 5 minutes and we'll be back. Alright, so here it is now. And yeah, it actually works. You can start it up. Probably should cover up, fill in the little gaps on the sides. Well, come back. But I'll play it and see if it works. I also made a wooden pick because I was bored and I saw this piece of wood lying there and I just thought, you know, that could look cool. So you can make picks out of anything, basically. If they will work and you can use them, that's another totally different topic. But anyway, yeah. I want to, before we start playing with it and see what it looks like, I just want to say thanks so much for watching. And until next time, don't forget to stay awesome and cool.